beautiful people. Just in case you do not know, my name is Cece Renee, and I am a voice instructor, a fairly new voice instructor. I've been teaching for about 2-ish years, just about 2 years, and I break down different videos of celebrities, mainly BTS, if I have to be honest. And yeah, I'm just kind of here to break down, give my thoughts and opinions on what they do, and hopefully show some vocal techniques that they do. And that's it for any artist. So today we are checking out Butter by BTS. I've done Butter once before, and I'll link that card somewhere. So I have to get used to this. It'll be somewhere over here. It'll be somewhere over my face. So we're going to be checking out the one from Jimmy Fallon, which this is just one of my favorite performances, honestly. And yeah, also I'm sorry for the lighting. I'm just now getting used to, things being this with the camera. So yes, but without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. And if you guys hear things in the background, my family is in the kitchen.
Smooth like butter, like criminal undercover. Don't pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that.
I need to see if I can get a good pause. Just
Smooth.
It's not the best I could do, but it's something. All right, we're gonna have to go with that one. It just. This performance is what solidified Jungkook as my bias. I don't know what was so different about this one, but this was the one that solidified it for me. Okay, so yeah.
Butter, like criminal undercover. Don't pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that. Cool shades summer, yeah, owe it all to my mother. Hot like summer, yeah, I'm making you sweat like that. Break it down.
Okay. One, Tay with the perm. Yes, top tier. Absolutely top tier. Let me tell them to turn their TV down. But yeah, Taeyong with the perm is just absolutely amazing. His voice sounds great right there. Just dun 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 dun. It didn't sound like it was very comfortable in his range. Same goes for Jungkook. I didn't even get to mention his voice yet, but yeah, they good. They good.
When I look in the mirror, I'm at your honeydew. I got the super cycle, so do the boogie line. Side step right left to me. I like the moon rap with me, baby.
So there's like almost a lot to unpack, but not really. Like I said, this is one of my favorite performances. So when you hear the side step right left to my beat, oddly enough, there are some changes you can hear in their voice. So let me back it up. So the fact that Jungkook is able to be so stable with his voice, and I know he's always been able to do that, but to be able to move, like doing the dance that they do, and his voice is still stable. It's still fairly stable. They were just oh my goodness, it was just so effortless. Y'all, I'm sorry, my brain is just not working out today. But yeah, the stability in his voice is really, really good. It didn't sound strenuous. It actually sounded pretty comfortable in his belting range, because I noticed he didn't really have to adjust his placement. His placement was in the right spot. It was still in that facial mask like it needed to be, which is a good thing. I don't know why I keep looking over here. I think it's because I know the box is over here, or I'm over here in the corner. But I need to look up here. But but yes, his voice sounds great. So yeah, let's keep going.
You know that I got that hit. Let me shake it, stalk it, strip. Side step right left to my beat. Get it right.
Okay. Ooh, ooh. Okay, that's a little bit better. So with V in particular, let's back it up just a tad. Ooh, that was perfect right there. Might mess around and make that thumbnail. All right. Ooh, I got distracted. I'm sorry. So, but if you actually watch Taeyong, he Taeyong finds different ways, I guess, if that makes sense, to relax his body. So let me see. Let me play it on mute for a second. We'll do it that way. So here's Jimin doing his little da 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 da. So instead of kind of finishing out his move, he does this quite a bit too. If I can record the performance, I would love to do Anpan Man also. I would love to do that one. But yeah, if you actually listen to or watch V's movements, he'll stop and kind of give himself a chance to catch his breath and bring more support to whatever note that he needs to hit. So let's see. He's moving here, he's moving here. Everybody else kind of does it and he stops. I can't remember if that should show you. Oh my gosh. And I watched a ton of performances of this song, but I'm not sure if everybody else still stops right there or not. But I noticed V will kind of stop sometimes and like give himself some extra support. Okay, so a couple things right here. Also, when we get to the dance break, you know we gonna have to play that a couple times, just forewarning. But if you actually listen to Jimmy, all of them can sing. Like no, this song isn't really strenuous for any of them. I think the most person that has even like the least amount of strain might be Jin, and that's just because if you notice, whenever I'm sidetracking a little bit, but I'm gonna bring this point up anyway. I've noticed a lot whenever Jin has to hit a higher note in a song, he'll always do that. Like it's like a jerk that he almost does, and it's like he's like making tension in his arms, and you'll see his fingers kind of do something like this. Like he'll have some sort of tension in his arm, so it's almost like know that I got that heat. Let me show you good stock and shape. He's making sure that tension is everywhere else but his throat so he can hit the note. But back to what I was going to say about Jimin. If you actually listen to here, when he goes the side step right left to my beat. If you actually listen to that particular section, because Jim is doing like that, like jump in there, you can almost hear him as like a side. And I can't verbatim do it, but you can hear like his voice move with the jerk in his body, if that makes sense. So it's just a neat little thing to point out. So that's why I always say like be careful with the way that you move, because this isn't bad by any means, but it's just something that can happen, and it's really really slight. So let's see. So it's almost like wow. You gotta put your tongue back in your mouth, sir. With Jimin, it's almost like the side was in a little bit of a falsetto, and then when he kind of got back down to the ground, everything else was in his chest voice, if that makes sense. Okay, there it is again with what I was talking about with Jin. He did it kind of slightly here. Let's see. Let me mute it one more time. Then bow, right there. So that's the first time he kind of gets that tension, like he brings it on in his face, puts it down in his arm, so he can hit that da da da, which I believe is a C5, da 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 da. So he can hit that note right there. So yeah, Jin always does some type of tension breaker during his performances. Let's go. Let it go. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the moment I fell in love with John Jungkook. Right there. Let's just pick it up. Let's watch it one more time. One more time. You know what? One more time won't hurt. Hey! Check up! Jim's killing it too. Look at them. Yes. Okay, so this isn't about this performance particular. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed. I do know that the rap line in particular have talked about their influences as far as to their style. Like I know Yoongi said that he kind of goes like, at least I think they said like his most artistic influence like Eminem. I believe that's somebody who he listened to a lot. I do remember the story of him saying like his parents bought him an Eminem album because they didn't understand what he was saying in English. So I know Yoongi listened to a lot of Eminem. RM said he was definitely influenced by Nas. And I don't think J-Hope has specifically said who he's influenced by. But just from listening to J-Hope, this is what I get for living with 4 other people. Well, 3 other people. But J-Hope has talked about just being influenced by like very much like street dancing in a sense. Like street dancing, very 90s. And all of it shows in whatever music they do. If you notice whenever Yoongi or Suga, August D, whatever you would like to call him, does do his raps, it very much is like Eminem. It is a lot how Eminem raps. He does a lot of the fast style rap and can do it really well too, with a lot of breath support. But when you hear RM with his solo stuff, he's more laid back. Particularly my coworker was telling me about Mono that I did finally get a chance to listen to. And on that, like he's very like laid back, and I can very much hear like this would be something that, you know, Nas old school like Jay-Z would probably do. And of course when Hobie released his Jack in the Box, I think Jack in the Box is the album. When he did release Jack in the Box, it was very 90s meets like heavy metal almost, but you could still hear that very much like street influence, just like the song, what is it, Rush Hour, I think. Yeah, like this is a rush hour, crush hour, you know, like that little song. Like it's very 90s. It's very, very 90s hip-hop. So like you can kind of tell like with the music they release like what their styles is, and I just think that's really cool. Sorry for my little tangent about that though. Fresh boy pulling from a lay low. All the players get moving when the bass slow. Got the army right behind us when we say so. Let's go. Okay, that's another person. Well, that's another time V kind of gives himself a break to give himself the support for the notes. So I think in the other video, V does it's like that little kick shuffle. I'm sitting down, so I can't really do it. But the I like the more rock with me, baby. Like he's doing that very much shuffle move with them. So when he's doing that, coming up right here, he gives himself that grace to give himself the support. He does the bend down. Actually, he has a little bit of tension in his arm too. If you actually look right here. So he kind of does similar to what Jen is doing. Let me move with the mouse so you guys can see. Similar to what Jen was doing earlier. Just right here with that tension in the hand. And then he's bending down right here. Giving himself that, like that little of energy to kind of finish out the note. So yeah, these guys are amazing. There it is again. Got you guys. I got lost in the end. But that will be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support, all the love that you guys have been showing on my like past few videos. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and please be on the lookout for a new video, because I will be hitting you guys with a multiple upload week this week, and we'll see how this goes. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.
So sure.